Some call it Little Africa, but for many of the thousands of migrants who end up in this poor neighborhood of southern Tel Aviv, it was supposed to be the promised land. The majority of them are Sudanese, Congolese or Eritrean, like these men, fleeing war and persecution. Ngusa arrived from the Horn of Africa a couple years ago in search of a better life, a journey which came at the heaviest possible price for the rest of his family. Most of these migrants tell us that they knew little about Israel before coming. Their sudden influx is simply the result of smugglers having recently turned the Hebrew state into the easiest and cheapest way out of Africa, which Ibrahim from Darfur confirms.
It's easy to come here in Israel, but when you need to go in, like United States or France, it's very difficult. You have to make papers, and you have to pay more money.
We meet again with Ibrahim at a local NGO where he is learning English.
You want to make sure you have comma here after the date.
Organizations like this are few and clearly filling a void left by the Israeli government, which has no clear immigration policy regarding these recent arrivals. Ibrahim, for instance, spent 7 months in a detention center before being sent here with a conditional release visa. It's a common story according to Ben, the education coordinator.
They are jailed there for an indeterminate amount of time, but there's a one-in, one-out policy, so when the prison is full, they get released. They get given a bus ticket to Tel Aviv and the addresses of organizations such as ourselves who can help them.
This increase in illegal immigration has Israeli authorities caught in between the moral imperative to help some of these victims of persecution and the obligation to thwart a phenomenon which threatens the Jewish character of the State of Israel, according to the Prime Minister. So far, practically none of these immigrants have been granted refugee status in order to avoid setting a precedent. Instead, they're given non-work visas, which have to be renewed every 3 months.